Welcome back to the Real Power Podcast. Very, very excited for the show today. We have a special guest. Actually, he was recommended by a previous guest, Chef Cruz. Shout out to you, Cruz. We've got Ivan Voineac.
Perfect.
Ivan is a beast, man. I looked him up on social media after Cruz recommended him, and I'm like, man, I didn't even realize this dude was in the same city as me. So excited to be in the same room as him today. I'm a big fitness guy. He's a bigger fitness guy. The size of his biceps are insane. His entrepreneurial mind and the business that he's created for himself is very, very inspiring, and I think it'll inspire a lot of people who maybe want to go down the fitness route as an entrepreneur. So we'll get right into his story. I don't want to waste any more time. Without further ado, Ivan, thank you for being here, brother.
Hey, thanks for having me here. It's going to be a great show. Hopefully we could provide value
Yeah.
to a younger generation, and people that are watching get inspired to either start a business, get fit, or just elevate their mind.
All the above. Take us back to the beginning of your entrepreneurial journey. Like, how did everything begin for you?
The whole fitness entrepreneur started by accident. It wasn't like something like, oh, my dream is to be this.
Okay.
You know? And it kind of happened by accident. I started training, became serious about training, talking about diet, where people started noticing results, and I was one of the most fit people in the gym. And then people come to me and they start asking me advice. Mm-hmm. And then I was just passionate about giving out advice, teaching people. It wasn't for the money of it, just enjoy doing it. I started a YouTube channel. I wish I continued with the YouTube channel based on what YouTube is doing now.
Yeah.
It's one regret that I have, that I kind of stopped doing it because it was starting to generate kind of traction. And I was like, nobody's watching. What's the point? I'm only getting 5,000 views. But then I look back at those videos and they're some of those videos have 500,000 views, 1,000,000
Really?
views. Yeah. Old videos, old videos.
Have you thought about picking it back up?
Yeah.
You should.
Yeah, I think I should. So that's how it started pretty much. I started just giving out information, everything I'd learn. And how, now I'm saying back in the day, I'm going to sound old, but back in the day when it's 12, 14 years ago where I started this fitness journey as far as a trainer coach, everything was based on what you read in a magazine. There was no such instant information what we have now. So everything was I was learning. I have to apply it for a couple of months, and then I will give out the information to other people or on YouTube in order to help them out. And that was one of the things that I learned is that by giving out information, that's how I continue to stay hungry to learn.
Yeah.
Because then I saw people apply and say, hey, thank you. A lot of people were grateful. Young kids were grateful. Older people were grateful. And then I was like, you know what? And this older gentleman came up to me at the gym. He goes, hey, Ivan, do you mind if I just work out with you? I'm like, sure. I'll show you some stuff, because he had no idea what he was doing in the gym. You look at his form, it's one of those things that you look wow, that's really bad. But he was he doesn't see himself as doing anything wrong. He thinks he's doing the same thing.
Yeah, he doesn't know anything different.
So I said, Barry, hey, how about I remember yesterday, Tuesday and Thursday at 4:30, because he gets out of work, comes there. I will give you a routine, half-hour routine, and then you can work out on your own. If I see your form is off, I'll come up to you and check your form. He's like, oh, that'd be so awesome. That'd be great. I appreciate it. I was like, okay. So I did that for a month. And then every time he'd leave, he'd give me $20. I was like, Barry, you don't have to pay me. I'm enjoying doing this. This is fun. This is great. I love seeing you work out. No. And then he's like, hey, can I bring a friend? I want to have my friend train with me. Can you show him how to workout and write me a program? I'm like, yeah, no problem. Don't worry about it. And then he was giving me $20. Then he's like, Barry's after a couple of months, he enjoyed how he felt. We started talking nutrition. He gave him some nutrition tips. He goes, you're really good at this. You should do it for a living. Back then, I worked as a inspector at this place called Thermotech. I hated my job. It was one of those factory jobs. You inspect parts. You hate doing it. When you hate doing something, you're not very good at it because you're not going to apply. The whole time I was thinking about fitness. So he's like, you ever thought about doing this for a living? I'm like, I don't know. I have this job. He goes, yeah, but after you get out of work, come over here, train some people, and then see where it goes. I'm like, okay. The next client I had was Dave. Dave got recommended from one of my work people. He goes, hey, Ivan is in good shape. Maybe he could give you some tips. And then kind of started generating client by client without even knowing it. Like I had these people that was training after work without even knowing it at this place called Lifetime Fitness.
Okay. Yep.
And then got bought out, and then it got called PW Fitness. But just a mom and pop's gym.
Was that here in
Small gym.
Rochester?
Yeah, yeah. I trained out of there, and then that's kind of snowballed into was like a part-time gig where I still had a job, but I'll come after work and I'll train these people. I did that for like maybe 2 years until I started creating my own brand. Like, okay, I have his fitness shirts on. I started giving up my clients I have his fitness shirts on. I created this whacked ass website, just like I'm his fitness. I remember did it through like, I forgot what website I used, GoDaddy, I think.
Yeah.
It was just horrible.
Made it yourself.
Yeah. All myself. Editing videos by myself, everything by myself. Sitting at night, editing those videos. Like I look at back at those videos, man, these videos are so horrendous.
Yeah, but everyone has to start somewhere, man, right?
Yeah, but it was fun. Like I enjoyed.
You were passionate about it.
I was so passionate about it, and that's one thing that I want to tell. Like right now, you're watching this and you're not there yet as far as success. Like if you're trying to rush it, you're missing the most funnest part of the success.
Yeah,
like that part that you think it sucks, but it's actually like the funnest part you have.
The journey.
You're not the destination when you get there. Where you're here now, it's like now it's actually just like actual work. Before it's like, okay, you can't fail. You just keep trying, throwing it out there, have fun with it. As I tell people, have fun with it. Through that journey of fitness entrepreneurship, have fun with it, learn from it. Don't put so much pressure on yourself to be perfect right away. Back then, I didn't have that advice. So I was like, oh man, I've tried this. So, but it took a lot of time, and then kind of snowballed into where my videos started to get traction locally. Like I became the guy that give advice, gives people programs. I remember writing the programs down on like an Excel sheet, sending it to people. I still have all those programs where now I converted to videos for my clients. They use my online coaching, generate traction, and then I got laid off actually. I got laid off from my job for not doing a good job. Obviously, people don't get laid off if you do a good job. I wasn't a great employee because I just didn't like the job. And then when I got laid off, I said, I'm not gonna go back to working for anybody anymore. I started just like.
So this is it.
This is it.
Yeah.
I trained people actually. I remember training these 6 girls. They used to own a tennis salon.
Okay.
I remember her name was Alicia, and she had all her employees. I trained them for free for a month.
Wow.
Trained for free just to create transformation pictures.
Yeah. Get results.
Yeah. So they knew people. So that's was my in. It's just, hey, I'm going to train these girls for free. I'm not doing anything anyways.
Yeah.
I have no job. I got this time. So might as well, I'm going to work out, but take 2 hours out of my day, train these girls every single day. I remember we trained them, and then get transformation pictures and go from there.
Yeah.
But with that, you gain transformation pictures, but you get word of mouth. When you give somebody a result, get them word of mouth.
They tell all their friends.
Start telling your friends. The friends were interested about it. Then you could start charging their friends because, the person recommended you as a trainer. You're not gonna charge them, and they kind of get a free pass. And then I was like, oh man, I'm getting 5 clients a day, 6 clients a day, 7 clients a day.
Yep.
And then for anybody that's a trainer, entrepreneur, it only takes that one client sometimes. That one client that knows people. It's not always how great your job you do. Sometimes it's just knowing that one client.
Yes.
And I remember that client is Chrissy. I'm not going to say her last name. She's well known here in Rochester. But Chrissy came to me as a client, and she's one of those clients, hey, listen, you tell me what to do, I'm going to do it. And the transformation that I had with her was insane. But what's great about it was that she knows so many people, and she's one of those people that talks a lot. And that could be in a good way and a bad way. And for me, it worked out in a good way.
Yeah.
So she told all her friends, hey, you got to go see Ivan, hey. And then all her friends. Within that month, my schedule got booked up so quickly.
Wow, just from her.
From her. Just because how many people she knew, then the people that she knew other people.
Yep.
And just kind of rolled into it. And then after that, that's kind of things start going. I'm like, oh man, I was booked every single hour when that happened.
Wow.
Every single hour I was booked. And then that became a problem because now you're the only person training.
Yeah, you only have so much time in the week.
That's it. And it's like my ceiling for making money was capped.
Yep.
So I was like, okay, how can I make this into a point where I'm still getting people in, but I'm not, capped out.
Yeah.
So like, hey, listen, what if you bring a friend and he trained with you? And they're like, oh, that'd be awesome. I was like, really? I'm like, yeah, but I'm charging the same amount of money. You're just gonna bring a friend. Like, I'm not giving you a discount. It's like, oh, that'd be great. I'm like, okay, cool. So then I started training 2 people in an hour. 2 people in an hour. People loved that. That should vibed way better, worked way better for me. I didn't have to keep conversation going.
The energy was better.
Energy was way better, So I was like, oh, this is great. And then after that, I'm like, oh, what about if we do 3? Great, as long as we get same amount of attention. I'm like, no problem. So that's how I started hustling. I started doing that. I'm like, hey, let's get 3 people at a time. Boom, boom, boom. Then I kind of started growing out a gym that I worked with. That was working. It's like, oh man, the place was big, but it's like was not up to the standards that they wanted. So I started looking at my own places. I'm like, hey, maybe I could buy this gym, renovate it, make it into just like a personal training gym. As I was going through this process, the owner of the gym comes to me and he goes, hey, Ivan, Monday's gonna be your last day. I was like, last day and what? He goes, I have to shut down the gym. I'm like, bro, I have all these clients. Where do you want me to go? This is my living. Sorry, man. I just, they shut it down. I haven't been paying rent.
His business was just failing?
Just failed. He's been failing, but he didn't tell anybody until like the last day. Wow. It was like Thursday, and he told me Monday was shutting down. Oh. I was like, I am like doing so well, and like, where am I gonna go?
Yeah.
So I started again looking for places that, hey, listen, who will let me rent space? Because usually gyms you go to, you got to work for them. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to be my own business, rent space, pay you for space, and then train my own clients. Not a lot of gyms were going to be willing to do that. And then I reached out to Brian, used to be owner of World Gym in Webster.
Okay. Yep. So
I reached out to him. He goes, I don't know, never had that before. I'm like, listen, Brian, this is a 24-hour gym, all right? 24-hour gym. You have nobody at the front desk. I am there all the time. So first of all, you have somebody at the front desk. You can have me there so you could sign my clients. Second of all, I'll pay you for, all my clients were required to have a membership there. So they could come in and use the equipment when I'm not there.
You're literally giving them business. Yeah.
You're getting at least 40 to 50 people just out there, and I'm going to pay you rent. He's like, okay, I'll think about it. You got to get your own insurance. I'm like, yeah, I'll cover that up. I'll get my own insurance. It's your own business. You have to not worry about nothing. I'll take care of it, okay? He's like, okay, fine. So we started Monday. Again, I got lucky. Like within 3 days, I had a gym. No time off. So that was kind of impressive as far as I go. Like, what's the one thing that you're proud of as far as business where it could have went like really south if you quit? That was like one of those.
That was like the
pinnacle points. There was like, man, like so how many people would just like say, you know what, I'll go work for somebody else, or I'm gonna work for a gym, compared to just like searching, hustling within 3 days in order to find the area.
Yeah.
So I stayed there for about 2 years, and then the whole COVID thing hit.
World shut down. Yeah.
The world shut down. That was wild. So
that's wild.
Like when you think about it, it's like that's another one. It's like 2 years. Again, I started picking up. Everything happens when you reach the top. When you get to the top, you're like, oh man, I'm doing so good.
Things are going great.
And then you get like a almost like a test.
The world just punches you in the face.
Punches in the face, like, hey, how bad do you want this? Pretty much. And when that happened, COVID happened, the whole gym shut down, including World Gym. I said, Brian, listen, I need to work. This is my living. Like, we got to make something happen. Then what the worst thing was for me was that before COVID, me and my wife signed a contract to buy a house or to build a house. So we bought the property, we're gonna build the house in spring, sign the contract, and then the bank is require you to see your how much money you're making because you own your own business.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You're self-employed.
You need a certain amount of tax returns.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they require to see how much you bring in a month for almost like a 6-month period to see if you can get a loan.
Yep.
So I had to either continue training or somehow keep loaning money from people to show that there's enough money in the bank to complete this build or to start this build. So I was like, man, I got this build coming up. We have no jobs. I don't know what to do. I went to online route. I started went through Facebook, created a group. I said, listen, I will give you guys out home workouts. And you guys could do it at home, train at home. I'll help you with nutrition. You don't have to pay me anything. If you want, you could send me a donation through Venmo. That's where I'm like, all right, maybe I could do something like that. Just continue practicing at what I'm doing, keep giving people information. And what I noticed is a lot of people were interested in it. A lot of people were interested in doing that, getting nutrition, learning about macros, me teaching them macros. And I was charging nothing compared to what I'm charging now. I'm talking about I used to charge $50 a month for macros coaching compared to I charge $300 now. It's $50 a month. I teach you about macros. People loved it. But I had some revenue coming in until gyms opened up. Meanwhile, I'm searching for places that might be underground, open, where I could train my clients that will accept, personal trainers to rent space. And then that's when my old, he's my Facebook friend, but we never met in person. We knew each other for 3 years. Bradley Williams. He owns the training grounds. He goes, man, I see you struggling. Just come work out yourself at my gym. You don't bring your clients. He goes, I know you're a good dude. I see you on Facebook. We have a lot of things in common. Come work out because you're looking for a place to just train myself. Everything was shut down. So okay, I worked out at his gym a little bit. He goes, you want to bring your clients here? I was like, are you serious? He goes, yeah, just bring a couple people that you trust that will not, snitch on us.
Yeah, yeah.
So I sent everybody a text message, hey, listen, anybody that's willing to take a risk and come and train here, these are the hours that I'll be working training. And I was shocked by how many people came.
Wow.
There's maybe from all my clients, 4 people said no. Everybody came. I was like, whoa, okay, great.
Yeah, because everyone's cooped up and they're like, I want to.
No, everybody, and that was the best time for personal trainers. If you had a private gym,
yeah,
if you have a private gym, there's unlimited amount of clients that you were able to sign up. So at that period, I was able to sign up a lot of clients. Also, the period of time was when some of the trainers had no clients anymore, whether they were scared to train, in public, or whatever reason. And I remember Brian, he used to work at the training grounds. Brian Kick, great kid. I was like, man, I want to help this kid out. I want to help him out, but also I know that he could help me out too. Because I was maxed out again. I said I was training 3 people at a time, and I didn't want to dilute my value, So I was like, Brian, you want to work for me? I'll pay you hourly. You have nothing else to do. I'll pay you good money, and then you could just train a couple of my clients. I'll tell you what to do. You just got to take care of them.
Yep.
Because, yeah, that'd be awesome. It gets me through COVID. All right. So then that's where the idea fell me, hey, I'm going to hire somebody under me and just shoot them my clients. The clients, they already know what they're doing. I'm just going to give it to Brian, make sure Brian's just take care of the form, make sure Brian gives them specific exercises, make sure he takes care of the injuries, but I just watch over them. That was great. That's another, like I said, another stepping stone that was able to elevate my business. I was like, okay, now I could train 3. I could hire somebody hourly, and they could train up to maybe 2 or 3, and then see where it goes. So that went really well. And then I was like, we went through a COVID period of time. So a year went by, which was like, honestly, as far as like working at the training grounds and renting space there, so much fun. We were like, nobody else was open. Cops were coming in there. We were just like, oh, man, it was crazy.
Yeah,
Like when you think about it now, it's like a movie. Like when cops knocking at the door, what are you guys doing here? Nothing, just working out. Are you guys training clients from here? I'm like, nope.
No clients here.
No clients here. You guys masked? I'm like, no, we're just friends. I remember we all got COVID.
Oh, man.
All of us. All four of us. Me, Brian, Jeff, and Josh. We all worked out with no clients in the beginning, like the first month or two. We just trained together. Like just worked out together, chill there, because there's nothing else to do, you know? And I remember one time sitting there, and Brian goes, man, Ivan, what did we do yesterday? I'm like, what? Because my back hurts so bad.
I feel like shit.
I'm like, I don't know. We didn't deadlift or anything like that. I was like, I don't know why your lower back hurts, but you know how the body aches. I remember just him sitting against the wall. He goes, yo, I don't feel good.
Oh,
I don't feel good at all. Then you see like Brad over there like sniffing. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I don't have just a cold, just a common cold. Everybody's pretending they're not sick, but everybody feels like shit.
Oh, man.
You know? So I was like, now I'm laughing at it, but back in the day, it's like, I was like, all right.
Yeah, I got it too. It was not fun.
Yeah, we all got it. We all got it.
Taste and smell for months.
I remember because we just had him. And the way I found out they had COVID was that I was watching him. My wife was working because she works in the hospital. So she was an essential worker. But I was watching him, which is another thing. It's like people don't understand. It's like COVID was crappy, but in a way, it's like it got us to spend more time with the family.
Yeah.
Like I spent a whole year just me and him.
Yeah.
Watching him the year that they probably would not have gotten. I probably been working and had those memories with him, like babysitting him, changing him, feeding him. As a dad, I probably would have missed it.
Yeah, it was like a blessing in disguise.
It was a blessing in disguise. Yeah. But she comes home and she goes, "You smell that?" I'm like, "No." She goes, "You sure you smell that?" I'm like, "I don't smell anything." She goes, "He's got a full diaper."
Oh, and you couldn't even smell it.
I couldn't smell it. And I was like, "Oh, I got COVID probably. That's why I couldn't smell anything."
Yep.
So I was like, "Oh, that sucks." But
yeah,
going back to training, when I hired Brian, there's, like I said, that kind of switched my thinking. Hey, I could hire trainers to work under me, so I'm not so tied up to this. So I could maybe have a day off. I could do certain things. And at the same time, what was great about it was that my online business, where I started taking more seriously, was starting to like transform into a position where it was making more revenue than my personal training business.
Yeah.
That's where I was like, that's where the freedom came in. It's like, okay, if I lose these clients because I'm sending them to my other trainer, okay, whatever.
It's fine. I have this other revenue source.
This other revenue.
Which, by the way, you started almost as like, okay, I'm just going to do this because the times are the way they are. And little did you know that it would be the thing
main
that
business.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I look back. Like look at now, like that's the main business, the one that's I'm actually like, trying to feed the most.
Yep.
Because it's unlimited.
The scale, it's global.
The scale is wild.
Yep.
What you could do with it, and I wish I started earlier. Like looking back at like Brandon Carter, who started the first one.
Oh yeah.
Keto King.
Yep.
Now he started the first online. I'm like, man, you could have been there if you just listened to him early. I'm like, who wants to train online? Who wants to do this online thing? But now I'm realizing even myself, like I would do it if I didn't have a program and somebody could send me a program. You know, hey, do this, follow this kind of diet, this, that, and get your result. I would pay for that service.
Yeah.
But I didn't think like that because I didn't go through it at that moment. That's where I kind of started going the online business, where I'm like, okay, I got to continue feeding this online business through social media, through, even my clients, try to get them on the nutrition part. Because I started like, you know what, I'm not going to do this for free anymore. Because I see what other people are paying for like just the nutrition part. They started charging my clients if they want nutrition help, this extra packet, and that started creating revenue too. A couple years flew by, and then again, I got bored. I remember I said, you know what, I want to open a coffee shop. I love coffee. I want to do coffee shop. I want to do something else.
Yeah.
I want to open a coffee shop. And I talked to one of my clients. He goes, Ivan, why do you want to open a coffee shop? What do you know about coffee? I'm like, I just like coffee. He goes, that's strange. I'm like, why? He goes, it's just going to be such a cool place, have coffee, have like cool, like, fitness desserts and stuff like that. I'm like, it'd be fun. He goes, all right, think about it. Sit there and think about it. Give yourself like a week to think about it before you do anything. I'm like, all right. I thought about it, I'm like, man, why am I doing this? And I thought about it because I was bored.
Yeah.
It's not because like I would want to actually run a coffee shop. Like thinking about it now, I'm like, man, this would be a nightmare. Try to employ people to do it. It's just restaurant business.
Yeah.
Right? Like that. It's just a nightmare.
Yeah.
And I was bored. And then I was like, okay, I need to do something else. And then one of my clients, Dimitri, he's always pushed me, Ivan, you need a new place. Ivan, you need your own place. Ivan, you need something that like represents you, because like I like nice stuff, like really nice stuff. Like I like nice cars, like nice clothes, shoes, clean stuff. And even though Training Grounds was an amazing place, it was more hardcore, like dirty, or not as upkeep.
Yeah.
But it was great, like for that atmosphere. But it wasn't my thing.
Wasn't your vibe.
Wasn't my vibe. Wasn't something that like IvansFitness represents. So he goes, I got this place on University Avenue. Come check it out. And it was like probably like September or my birthday. Because I remember it was kind of getting chilly. And I just got my green McLaren, and I'm driving there. Couldn't find this place. I'm like, Dimitri, what the hell is this place? He goes, right, next to 20Ds. You go past 20Ds, there's a light culver. And then next to the Verizon Wireless, there's like a warehouses for storage units. It's right across there. I come in, I'm like, look at this place. I'm like, man, this is such a like shithole. But it has some potential because it was like open area.
Yeah.
He goes, hey, listen, this is what we're going to do. He's got a construction company, Dimitri. He's like, this is what we're going to do. We're going to break these walls down. We're going to put like boxing over here, because I always wanted like a gym that has all in one. So like boxing, personal training, massage therapist. And then I was like, I like hair, so like I want to put a barbershop
in there. That's cool.
Everything that you come in, you hit the bar, and there's barbershop.
Got full service.
Full service.
Yeah.
He goes, let's do it. I'm like, all right, let's go. So we signed the contract, and 3 months later, we opened the gym.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, there was a hustle. And I didn't know what I was doing when it comes to like, equipment. Everything, this is like what I'm talking about. I'm getting excited because now I want to open something else. Because of how fun it was. Even though it was like such a stressful time, that 3 months, because like I want to open January. Dimitri's like, okay, you have to open in January. It'd be so cool to open January 1st. I'm like, dude, this process of open gym is not that fast. That's what I kept telling to myself. But it's good to have people like that keep pushing you.
Yeah.
Well, you could do better. You could do faster. Because success, like speed is so important.
Yes, it is.
Speed is so important, because if you don't take advantage of opportunities, somebody else will. That's one thing I learned is like, you got to go.
The rate of your success is dependent on how fast you can go from idea to execution.
Yeah.
And if you can compress that time, because you'll have a good idea, I want to do this, and then you just sit on it for months and don't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Whereas the people who make the most progress are the ones who have a good idea. All right, what's the first action step, and what do I do to get there?
Take the action step. And a lot of times what people do is, even worse, is they have a good idea, but they sit on it for such a long period of time until they talk themselves out of it.
Analysis paralysis. Yeah.
They'd be like, you know what? It's not for me. It's going to take too long. I'm scared.
The doubt starts to creep in.
And then it's over. So 3 months, we got to open.
Wow.
I ordered the machines. I remember ordering the machines. I went to, from California, ordered all the brand new machines. And like, hey, listen, I need it by January 1st. Like, well, some machines we could get it done by January 1st. Some we might, like 3 months later. I'm like, okay, can you get me the base machines that I need to get this place going? I need the dumbbells. I need this whole jungle gym thing going on. I need a Smith machine, benches, barbell, bench press, just the basics.
Right.
Yeah, no problem. All right. So the rest I waited for like 3 months later, which kind of was cool, because then like a month into it, a new machine pops up.
Yeah, you're like,
oh,
it's kind of Christmas today.
Yeah. So that was cool. But that part was fun. So I spent money about all the new equipment, close to close to 100 grand
Wow.
on just equipment alone.
All new. You didn't do any used
No,
equipment? You wanted
brand new. There's some equipment. So this is the cool part. There's some equipment that I saved from the first gym. Remember the first gym I was telling you about that got shut down?
Yep.
So all his stuff went for sale, on auction
Yeah.
to cover the lease they owned. So I bought 4 machines, knowing that someday I'll open my own place. And they set in the storage for 8 years, 7 years.
That's a long time. Yeah.
They set in a storage unit. I remember taking them out. I'm like, this machine is so freaking old, but so good. So it's like a rowing machine, tricep machine, leg extension machine. I took those machines, I painted them black. So those are the old machines, but they kind of mean something to me because that's where I started.
I love that. Yeah.
So I have those kind of pieces, and they're like such a badass machines. Like they don't make those machines.
Still all work.
They never
pretty good?
break. They never break.
Wow.
The machines they have now, like already repaired a couple of machines twice.
The old school stuff
The
just
old school stuff, the thick belt.
stands the test of
Every
time.
time a client gets on there, they get humbled. Such a heavy
love
machine.
It. Love it.
You know?
Yeah. Dude, what a story. I mean, and
That's how I kind of got going till we now here.
yeah, his gym, by the way, guys, and I've only seen it on Instagram, but it is so clean and sleek and modern looking. And I just want to praise you because you've done a very, very good job. We just shot a video for someone in his gym, and the vibes in there, I got to come check it out for sure. Get a lift in there.
To, man. Come in. The vibe is awesome. What I'm very proud of and the reason we call the gym the culture, because it is the culture. There's a certain culture that you come in and you are there to get better, and people want you to get better. You train next to somebody, there's no negativity there. There's always positive stuff. And I'm super proud of that. They built that kind of community of people that there's no negative energy. There's no, hey, listen, oh man, that person, or like talking,
no
gossiping,
drama. Yeah.
none of that going on. If there was anything going on, somebody's got to go.
Yeah.
That happened earlier this year. There's some gossiping going on, and I say, you know what?
You're like, that's not a place
It's not
for
worth it.
Yeah.
Not worth the money that you bring here to break the mold. That's what I'm really proud of it. Cleanness is always clean. I have my mom clean every week. My mom's retired, so I'm like, Mom, take care of this place once a week. She loves it. She prides of it, and nobody was gonna clean your place better than
your mom.
Yeah.
Shout out to you,
and
Mom.
then also, like, when your mom cleans it, and I'll post on social media, clients see that they're like, you know what? Maybe I won't, throw the piece of paper on the floor.
Yeah,
or
they
I'll
think
pick
a
it
little.
up.
Yeah.
They think a little different. They respect a little more. So that's why there's always reason behind everything.
Love it, man. All right. Well, I got a bunch of questions, and thank you for sharing everything. That was very in depth, and I'm sure people will get value out of that story. Let's talk more about, for the people watching that maybe want to start, let's talk online fitness, because that is kind of the majority of what you're doing now. What would be your advice to that person? Maybe they're fit themselves and they want to start going down the road of getting clients online. How would you recommend someone approach getting like their first couple clients?
Provide value first. Don't ask for like money right away. Don't look at it as money. You should try to create as much value as possible for free.
Yes.
Create their trust.
Yep.
I see often people like, oh, I want to do online coaching. And right away they start charging. I'm like, you haven't given away anything. You haven't created that trust yet for somebody. It's been 14 years where I'm, doing this fitness stuff. And if you go to my Instagram account, there's still, if you just look at my Instagram account, you still could get in shape just by looking at my account.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay me anything.
Yeah. Tons
and
of
I
value.
still provide
right there.
value every single day.
Yeah.
Because you want to keep that trust.
Yeah. It's so important. And like when you said it before about working for free, I think people, they let their ego get ahead of them. Like when you first start, you're not worth shit. You know what I mean? Like you don't have any track record. I know for me, that's how I started. I did free work for a ton of clients. And then like you said, you do good for those clients. They tell their friends and starts to spread like wildfire. Free to fee is the model in almost any business that will get you going.
Yeah, especially service business.
Service businesses,
Especially that where you want to like actually help people. And if you go into online business just to make money, you'll fail. People will sniff out that.
They'll see right through it. Yeah.
If you go there to literally help people, and like you're passionate about just seeing somebody not knowing anything about nutrition, and then in like 3 months understanding food, understanding what goes in their mouth and how it changes their body.
Yeah.
That's for me worth more than anything. You know, when it comes to finance, money. You know, if you don't think like that, then you will fail.
Yeah. If
Or you
have,
won't last long.
Yeah. If you literally have people's genuine best interests at heart, you're going to succeed. If you're comfortable with it, because I think a lot of like aspiring entrepreneurs, I know at least for me, like watching podcasts and stuff, I would always be interested in like what the revenue, what the income potential was in whatever I was looking to do. So as an online fitness, you know, personal trainer, what like ballpark does that look like for you these days in terms of revenue, in terms of income?
So like I said, my online business is now the main business when it comes to fitness entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
It's the main business. And when I say the main business, not based on how many clients I have, it's based on how much money it brings into me. And how much money is bringing to me, but also what I could do with it. For example, like if it's a main business, that means I have employees. I have more employees that work for me online than I have in person. So my main business now, which is online business, how much it brings in a year, it brings in about 600 to 700,000 a year.
Wow.
When I look at it, doesn't mean it goes to me right away.
Yeah.
You know, that means
It's
I have
top
other
line revenue.
employees.
Yep.
Pay them, and when I pay them, I'm talking about pay them really well.
Yeah.
You know, that they could live off of that money.
Yeah.
So that's what's for me. That's which is awesome. Is that hey, I'm making a good living, but also I'm helping other.
You're providing
people,
opportunity to other people.
To do the same thing, and which is great.
Yeah, that's amazing. And like we were saying before, the potential and the opportunity in the online space is incredible because as a personal trainer in a local market, you know, there's only so many people you can help. But as soon as you go online and you create a brand that can spread like crazy, if you're doing the right things with content and whatnot, your potential is endless. You can build as big of a business as you want.
Yeah, my goal is $1 million. I said I want to make $1 million this year. At the end of this year, I want to be $1 million when it comes to revenue for
a great
online, 1 year goal. And I think we'll be up there. You know, but it's if your goal is like that to make $1 million, your service and product must be improving too.
Yeah,
not just like, hey, listen, I want to make this goal and that's I'm just gonna happen by hustling. No, you're gonna happen by improving your service.
Product has to be great.
And our service has improved tremendously.
Yeah.
From day one, where we were making maybe 25 grand a year, and slowly progressed with like wildfire because we improved our service.
Yeah, that's amazing. And like if you have that mentality, like you just said, you can try and hustle and work all you want, but if you don't have the product or the service that backs it up, you're wasting your time. You're burning rubber. So focus on your product, get great at what you're doing, and then focus on the marketing and sales. And
you can't have it backwards.
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't have a good product, don't focus on marketing. Because what you're gonna do is you're gonna market yourself for people to try it, and they realize it's shit, and they'll never come back.
Yeah, it's not just the money and time you're wasting; it's your reputation.
Yeah, you waste your reputation. I see a lot of times people do that in online fitness space. They're like, "Yo, I'm doing this. Market themselves so well, but then when the people come, they're like, "This is what I'm paying for." Guess what? They're not coming back.
Yeah.
So just make sure if you're gonna market yourself really well, make sure the product.
Yeah. Take your time. Get great. Be good at what you're doing. So you've got your online training, your local training, your gym. What other ventures are you in? I think I heard you have a supplement company as well.
A supplement company. So I call myself fitness entrepreneur because people are like, oh, how are you a fitness entrepreneur? You're just a trainer. No, I'm not a trainer because I provide jobs for other people that are in the fitness industry, but also I have multiple business within fitness.
Yeah, so talk about all of those.
Gym is one thing.
Yep.
It's personal training gym where I get paid for training people in person, me and my trainers.
Yep.
Then I have online space where it's nutrition and training programs where I provide, but it's more through online. So that's another revenue. And then I have same thing within fitness, which is supplement line, where people need, pre-workout, creatine, intro workout, which is EAAs, fat burners. Now we're gonna start whey protein.
Yep.
people are gonna buy it instead of buying it from somebody else. They have a place where they could buy it.
Trusted source.
Yep. So that's another way you could get income from the same people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you're making a business, like how can you one business feed off of each other?
Love it.
Keep stacking it. So that's my kind of thinking when it comes to like business. Can I take my money and start another business that is not related to fitness? Sure, but why not do something that's related to fitness that I know and I'm really good
You're
at?
already good at. Yeah. Yep.
So even I already have another business idea that we're gonna probably open up, which I'm not gonna share now, but it's gonna be really, really cool. Something we spoke about when we talked about before this podcast.
Okay. All right. You can
Like
tell me off camera.
cold
again.
plunge and stuff like
Oh,
that.
hell yeah. Love it, man.
But it's something similar to that, which is, again, related to fitness, related to health, where we could take our clients that already bought into this system and add another package to it.
It's all in the
when
same
it comes to business,
ecosystem.
that's how I structure my business, is like make sure it's around the same thing that I'm good at, that can't, because like, let's say I open a business and I don't know shit about it. I'm not gonna be confident in selling the product.
Yeah.
But for me, fitness, health, nutrition, I'm very confident in it because I'm really good at it. You know, so if selling it for me, I don't feel like I'm selling it. I feel like I'm providing a service for people.
Yeah.
I'm actually helping people.
Yep.
But if I'm not confident in something or can't teach somebody something, then I feel like I'm ripping them off. You know, then you won't be able to sell it, or you won't want to sell it because you're not good at it.
That, and also just the time it takes and the learning curve of starting a completely different business. It takes so much time. And I think a lot of entrepreneurs make that mistake too. They think the grass is greener on the other side, and kind of in the same situation you were bored, right? So that's why you kind of thought, let me go start a coffee shop. But keep doing what you're doing. And like, so many of the rewards, I feel like, are on the other side of years and years of putting in the work. And then you finally get to the point where, now I'm making like a lot of money from what I'm doing. So you have to put in that time. What you're doing is so smart with building companies that feed off of each other in the same industry, working in the same kind of ecosystem, so that clients who you're training, they need supplements. I do supplements too, and it's so smart. And one of the previous guests I just had is in the same situation. He's in the construction and real estate industry. He owns a architecture firm, and he owns a building company. So all of his clients on the architecture side, he has a company that can build the houses that they make plans for. And then he has a real estate company and development. Like, it's all in the same industry. So the lesson and the takeaway that I get from hearing these people is get good at one thing in one industry, start one business, pour years into that first. And if you want to start other things, find companies that are like synergistic around it.
Like, for example, I do have real estate, but I'm not passionate about it as much as I am about fitness and nutrition. And
what do you own real estate wise?
Real estate, like just houses,
just rental properties.
Yeah. Like all the cars that you guys see on social media, I don't pay for any of those cars. The way I promise, hey, I'll buy a car if my properties could pay for it.
Yes, bro.
The properties that I bought are bought cash. So I had like 35 grand in the bank account, and when times were good, I went bought a piece of shit house, remodeled it with whatever money I only had, didn't take any money out of the bank, remodeled it, put renters in there. Let's say I had $1,300 cash coming out of there. That's my money. I don't have to pay no mortgages.
Yeah.
Okay, that's $1,300 of cash I could spend. That's my fun money.
Yeah.
So then I bought a second house. Now I have, let's say $3,000 total. And I was like, okay, I could buy a car now. And the car will pay for
the cash flow pays for your
my first McLaren.
So smart.
And then second property I bought, and third, and now it's up to 6. So now the properties pay for my cars and my fun. If I want to get rid of the properties, that means I got to get rid of the cars. Because that money cannot be spent, or I can't use my car money, the cost to pay the cars from IvansFitness or IvansFitness Online or The Culture or anywhere else, or the One Nutrition.
It's brilliant.
That's kind of rules you have to create for yourself if you want to have fun.
You're doing it right. Have you read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad?
No, I heard of
It's
plenty of times.
it's exactly what you're doing. It's
Yeah.
buying assets that pay for liabilities. So like in your case, if you want to buy a supercar,
Yeah.
go buy enough rental properties that produce enough
Yeah.
cash flow to pay for that liability.
If I decide to sell the houses already went up the revenue. So at the end of the day, I'll still get my money back. Plus, I'll have the joy of riding the cars, because like for me, having the cars at 36 years old is a lot more funner than people that say, I'll buy a car like that when I'm 50.
Yeah.
It's just different experience.
Yeah.
You're not going to want the loud noise of a car, the aggressive engine when you're 55.
Sure.
I know for sure, because I only owned those cars for 3 years now. And I'm like, right now, it's like,
You're already getting sick of it.
yeah, you get sick of it. It's like you have to worry about where you park.
Sure.
This, that, you're not going to want it anymore.
Yeah.
Don't wait till retirement to buy the stuff that you want, but also don't take away the money that you're not supposed to.
Don't overextend yourself.
Don't extend yourself
Yeah.
to the point where it's like you try to look rich.
Gold advice. And any young person listening to this, it's so important in today's day and age with social media. Everyone looks like they're rich.
Yeah.
Don't buy shit until you have assets that pay for the shit. So good for you, man. That's a golden
I'm going to tell you a funny story.
Yep.
That's kind of me being a little bit vulnerable. I find it funny.
Love it.
So I have one Rolex, right? I have one Rolex. I have 3 fake Rolexes.
Really?
Yeah. I have 3 fake Rolexes. Here's why. All you need is one. The one you buy is a status symbol. You buy it, you spend it, it's investment. The other 3, you don't need real Rolexes. If you have one, people will believe that shit's real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who will question it that's not real?
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't question it. Say, hey, the guy could afford it.
Yeah.
Right? But I just need one. I just wanted one that's real. The rest could be fake.
Wow.
Nobody's going to be judging you. Oh, well, you have a fake Rolex. Really? What makes you think I have a fake Rolex? You know? But it's like the same thing. Like I heard like Chad Ochocinco, the wide receiver from, used to play for Bengals. And used to have jewelry. He's like, man, how much money did you spend on jewelry? He goes, I spent nothing on jewelry. Because I went to like that cheap ass store, got the fake ass diamonds.
No way.
You know why? Because people believe that I have the real diamonds because nobody's questioning because I'm a millionaire. The same thing like with this. Like if you have extra money, like you don't need to have like a bunch of Rolexes to show off. People know that you have money.
Dude, I love
Same thing
that.
for me. It's like I have one real nice Smurf watch. That's all I wanted. And I have like two or three like fake Rolexes. Even the airport, we made a funny joke. Like we put the Rolex, through the conveyor belt. And I'm like to my wife, like, give me my fake ass Rolex. She's like laughing. That's how it goes. It's like don't spend money on shit that like try to impress people.
Well, thank you for sharing that story.
Yeah.
And, I never would have thought. Like,
It's like
I would just think you have 4 real Rolexes.
Yeah. If I decide to buy another one, like I wanted to get the Hulk one, but I'm not spending 26 grand right now.
But they are good investments, right? I mean, they hold their value.
Like the one that I bought it for like 16. Now it's like 24.
Wow.
So
Yeah, I've never been a big watch person, but after I heard like the investment part of buying like a Rolex, you might find me with a Rolex or maybe a fake one. Who knows? Let's talk a little bit about social media because you've been able to build a pretty sizable following on your Instagram. Your reels seem to be popping off. You got great content, really, really good content. What tips do you have for someone who's trying to build a personal brand in, whatever industry or business they're in? What's worked for you well on social media?
it's the same thing like anything else. It's about consistency. Same thing like with nutrition, with training. You don't have to be super good, but you have to be real consistent. That's the main thing, consistency. If you look at my social media, every day there's something. It's like social media, you got to think about social media is like, people come to your social media is like a TV show. Now imagine a TV show, one day, it's on, next day it's missing for 3 months.
Yeah.
People are going to lose interest. Same thing with social media. It's every day. Every day you got to show something to people.
You post every day?
Every single day. I enjoy it. I enjoy sharing with people. I enjoy communication. I'm communicating with people from all over the world. I have fun with that. I use social media. I don't let social media use me. Like I don't care what people have to say about me in a negative way if I'm providing value.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to give people information. Whether it's information, whether it's entertainment.
Yep.
It's one of those things.
Yeah.
Try to provide people.
Yep.
Either make them smile, make them laugh, open their mind to something, inspire them. something like that. Provide something for people.
That's it right there. There has to be, and I think this is where people fall short. You're either educating, entertaining, or inspiring people with a post. Just like whatever category it is. I think so many people, they want to grow, but they're putting out just stuff that is all about them, and like no one cares. Like inspiration is great. I think there's a place for it, but mainly you should be educating, or if you're entertaining, you should be entertaining people. So
even like today, I posted a picture of like my abs. People know I have abs, but a caption, when you post a caption, make sure people see more than just abs. Make sure people get some kind of information. It's like, hey, post a picture of abs. Well, okay, what does the abs have to do with anything? Okay, well, there's took me 20 minutes to write a post on how to get abs. What is the best cardio to get abs? Provide some kind of value to people. When they see, ripped abs, and they might get inspired to get abs, how can they get abs? Or how can they get information how to get closer to abs? Like things like that.
Yeah.
Don't just post abs and say, hey, listen,
hey,
abs.
look at my abs.
Look at my abs.
Yeah.
That's not going to give you anybody. People are not going to get attracted. But hey, if you post a picture of you shirtless, make sure there's some information about it. Make sure there's some kind of value to it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's an inspiring quote. If it's somebody that's used to be overweight and got ripped abs, they will be more inspiring to people than me posting abs.
Sure.
Saying the same quote.
Yeah.
I have to provide some kind of value with that.
Yeah, there has to be a message behind it.
There will be a message behind it.
Yeah.
Compared to somebody that struggled their whole life being overweight and they lost weight and they got abs, they don't have to post anything that inspired the caption. Their image shows it. Hey, hard work.
Yeah.
Compared to me, which I use most of my life now, as I've been an athlete. When you post a picture of you shirtless, showing your guns, working out, you have to give people something else besides just a visual look.
Love it, man. Kind of a complete 180 here, but I know you wanted to touch on it. You had a hair transplant. Yeah. Talk about why you did it and your experience and your story behind it.
So the hair transplant, I started to get balding, and I always loved hair. I always take care of hair. I like to look good, but nobody told me how bad my hair was. So it's kind of I try to relate to people. Listen, sometimes people that love you won't tell you how things are because
they don't
want to see it. Maybe they don't see the drastic difference because they've been with you. They see you all the time, or maybe they're just scared to tell you.
Yeah.
Now that my hair is fine, my wife's like, "Man, your hairline used to be horrible."
Now she tells you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, why did you tell me before? She goes, well, I didn't see it like that.
Yeah.
Because I don't see the good and the good hair now and the hair that's receding. I didn't see the difference of how you used to look like. And this could be related to somebody that's out of shape and overweight. Just because somebody doesn't tell you that you're overweight, sometimes people don't tell you because they don't want to hurt you.
Yeah. And
you might be going through a part where you're like, hey, I'm overweight, I feel fine. The thing about it is that you feel fine because you just get used to it. That became your default mode. If let's say you step in a room of 65 degrees, eventually might be a little cold, and eventually be like, okay, cool, I'm good here. I'm used to it. Then somebody raises the temperature in the room to, let's say, 80. You're like, oh, shit, I'm hot. You don't know the difference. You've been living so long and being overweight, unhealthy, sluggish, that you think that's normal. And what I want to tell you to people is hey, listen, take your time and transform the body so you can see the difference. Because once you see the difference, you will realize how bad things were. Same thing with my hair. Now that I got a hair transplant, I invested into my hair transplant. I'm like, man, I used to be really in bad spot. I'm so glad that I took that chance and did it.
Yeah.
And I tell people listen, if you're not comfortable with something, do something about it.
Yeah.
I wasn't comfortable with the way my hair looked. I'm like, you know what? I'll go to Turkey. I went to Turkey. I paid a couple grand to get my hair done. But the story that I want to tell you guys, this is a funny story, is getting back from Turkey.
Okay.
People ask me, hey, how was the procedure? Procedure was well. The procedure going to Turkey was cool. Everything went well. On the way back home, I flew to Toronto. I had my car there. I had my BMW X5 M there. I was like, okay, excited. Called my boy, called my wife. Hey, listen, I'm coming home. Be home in 3 hours. So excited. I had these bandages all over my
Yeah.
head, not supposed to stress, not supposed to, get my heart rate up too high. So I'm going to get my car. Car starts. I'm like, oh my God, thank God, car starts. There's no issues. Because I had this gut feeling, it's like something's about to go wrong. Because everything else went too smooth.
Yeah.
I put in into a reverse gear. The car is not going anywhere.
Oh no.
Put in my front gear. Then going forward, first gear, not going anywhere. Stays in neutral the whole time. Just runs the engine. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I drove in here fine. I left it for 4 days. Came back, the car doesn't work. I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? Like, all right, play around with the car, open the engine, nothing. The car's not going anywhere. Call the tow truck. He's like, listen, we got to get you out of this parking place because you're going to continue paying every day that you're in the parking lot.
Yeah.
So he got me out. He got me to like a gas station. He got me there. He goes, hey, listen, what are you going to do from here? I'm like, do you have anybody, like I'll pay like $600, $1,000 to tow me from here to Rochester, from Toronto to Rochester. He goes, I don't know who could do that on a tow bed, but I'll look around. So he calls a couple people. He found these 2 people, said, listen, I'll be there in a half hour. Mind you, this is like 6 p.m. Still good, like half hour. He'll be here by, let's say the latest 7 o'clock. We'll get the car on a tow truck. I'll be home by midnight. Awesome. These guys call me like, hey, listen, it's 7 o'clock already. They call me like, hey, listen, we'll be there probably like 8 o'clock. I'm like, okay, no problem. Still cool. I'm like, beggars can't be choosers. 8 o'clock comes. Hey, where you at? I'm going to bring my buddy with me because I don't want to drive by myself to Rochester. I don't want to fall asleep. I'm like, fine, go get your buddy. Hour was 9 o'clock.
Oh my God.
I'm like, dude, where are you? I'm like, I'm starving.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm supposed to change these bandages on my head.
You're starting to stress.
I start to stress.
Yeah.
He's looking for his passport. I'm like, yo, forget about your friend. It's just like
Come
2
get
hours
me.
there.
Yeah.
2 hours there. Just get me home. No, we'll be there in a second. They come there. They come on a truck that's like a tow truck, tow bed. Well, my car seized up, the transmission seized up, so it doesn't go anywhere. It stays in neutral, but doesn't roll. So you have to like pull the car up on a tow truck.
What?
So they go like, listen, we can't get this car on a tow truck. We have to like pull it in order to get it up. I'm like, well, what's the choice? He goes, well, we're gonna attach this chain and we're gonna pull it up on a tow bed.
Drag it.
But we don't have those things that you put under the car, under the tires to drag it. I'm like, fuck. It's like, we're going to go to the gas station. We're going to we buy some gallons of antifreeze, pour it out, and then put those empty gallons underneath the tires, and hopefully that works. I'm like, all right, fine. So this is like 11 o'clock now.
Oh my God.
11 o'clock. This has been the dark as hell in the ghetto-ass part of Toronto. I'm like, guys, just get the car in a truck. I don't care what you do. Just get on there. Like, all right, fine. To get it on there, I'm like, the car's on there. I'm like hearing this hissing sound. I'm like, what the hell is that sound? He goes, oh, I don't know. I think it's the shocks. I'm like, no, it's not the shock. What the hell is the sound?
The tires?
Both of my tires. They popped both of my tires, and I just replaced those tires.
No
There were
way.
$700 tires each on the back of the BMW. I was like, you motherfuckers. So they got the car on at like midnight. I was like, all right, man, finally we got the car at midnight. So these guys, they were, what do you call it? What's the religion?
Muslim?
Muslim. So they were fasting for a while.
Oh, okay.
So they go, okay, do you mind if you sit inside the truck, in your truck? It's kind of tight. They're kind of like overweight guys. I'm like, hold on, you want me to sit in a tow truck bed on top of it? Isn't that illegal? He goes, yeah, but your windows are tinted and don't worry about it. Like, we'll call you if anything's wrong. I'm like, dude, I don't really care. Just fine. So we're driving there. I'm in my truck on a tow bed. I'm like, all right, this is weird. I'm falling asleep. I fall asleep for a half hour. These guys pull over. I'm like, I called him to the cell phone. I'm like, yo, why are you pulling over? We're hungry. I'm like, it's been half hour, maybe like an hour. How are you hungry? Well, we've been fasting for a while now. And we want to eat before sunrise. I'm like, fine. I'm thinking they're going to stop by McDonald's.
Yeah.
Get McDonald's, so got a fast food restaurant.
They go to a sit-down restaurant or something?
They stop by a diner. Do you want anything? I look up, like I'm half asleep. I'm like, are we in a diner? He goes, what are you guys doing? They're like, oh, we can get some tea. You want to come with us? I'm like, look at my hair. I am tired. Get me home. We won't be there long. Just we can get some food. Hour later, they walk by laughing. I'm just boiling. I'm so pissed.
Dude.
They come out. They get in the car. It's like 3 p.m., 3 a.m. now. They start driving. Maybe 15 minutes go by. I thought they were fucking with me for a second. They pull over to like Tim Hortons, some 24 hours. I think Tim Hortons or Dunkin' Donuts. I'm like, why are you guys pulling over? I call them, why are you pulling over, man? Get me home. Well, my friend right here wants a crumpet. And this is the place that only has it. I was like, hold on, what? He goes, he wants a crumpet. They stop by and get a crumpet. I was like, oh my God. So fine. Started to get home, crossing the border. I don't know how we crossed the border. I was still in the car. I don't know how they crossed the border because I don't remember. I'm just laying there back. We're in the States. We get home. They went to drop off my car. Dropping my car off was already like 6 a.m., 7 a.m. They're pulling the car off. I hear, again, the hissing sound. I'm like, what the hell is that sound? Oh, I think I know what the sound is. It's tires, the front tires.
So not all your tires are
gone. So we get home. He drives me home. He dropped off the car at the shop. He drives me home. We get out of the car. He goes, hey, listen, I know we agreed to $1,000. I'm like, yeah. He goes, you think you could pay me more? Because it took a little bit longer than I expected.
No, they had the nerve.
Hold on. You want more? He goes, yeah, it took us a lot longer than I expected. It took us a whole night. I went in the house. I got $800 back. $800. I was supposed to pay him $1,000.
Yeah.
Got him $800. I'm like, hey, this is what you get. He goes, well, that's not what we agreed on. I'm like, we agreed on you getting me home before midnight and not popping all my 4 fucking tires.
Oh, man.
So get the fuck out of here before I really fucking snap. He's like, oh, I knew this was going to happen. I knew you were going to rip us off. I'm like, oh my God, dude. You got me here 12 hours later than we expected, and you popped my tires. Please leave.
Wow.
Fine, they left. I tell people this story all the time. It's like, holy crap, what an experience that was.
Nightmare, bro. Dude. That is insane, dude. I mean, that's like
did not expect that. That's the only bad part about the hair transplant.
Other than that, like the transplant went well and everything.
Cool. Yeah, I'm actually gonna go back again. After Turkey, they have another same company. Mm-hmm. They have it in Cancun. Same exact company, same doctor actually transferred there, and he's gonna make it thicker.
Cool.
So they're gonna take some more on the back.
It looks really good, man.
Yeah, and they're gonna make it so it's like super thick, just so like as I get older, it starts thinning out, and I have to go
back
do it again.
Yeah. Cool.
So I'm gonna get it done again.
Very cool. Well, what a story, man. That's a fun one to tell at dinner parties, I'm sure.
Hilarious.
Oh, my goodness. Goals for the future. Like, where do you see yourself, your business going in the next couple of years? Do you want to continue to grow the gym, like have multiple locations? Like, what's the big picture for Ivan?
Yeah, that's a good question. I keep asking myself on a daily basis, what else? You know, as soon as you reach one goal, you got to always ask yourself, okay, what else? What else am I going to do, or what should I do? So like I said before, I want to have another business that's attached to fitness and it's based more on recovery and more that will kind of benefit from training. You're going to get another space for more like recovery. So that's something else that I'm working on. And that's going to be within hopefully the next 12 months.
Cool.
Get it done. And it's going to be close to our place, so people just literally walk over, or they could get a membership and come over. And that way I think we could benefit from both. People could, we could pull people from the recovery place into the culture.
Absolutely.
And then vice versa.
It's like having a Chipotle next to the LA Fitness, right? Same dynamic there.
Yeah.
That's smart,
So
man.
that's next 10 years. Don't know. 10 years is a long time. I'm going to continue to definitely just continue growing and try to do my best to not only provide value to others, provide value to my son, my wife, be the best husband possible. That's my goal. Just to inspire people to continue to grow myself. That's my main thing. Is just wake up every day and it's like, what else can I do with my life in order to be proud of it? That's the main thing. It's like, yeah, it might not be some things that I might be doing or going through doesn't always make me happy at the moment, but they sure and hell make me proud. Like waking up in the morning, I wake up every day at 4:15. You're like, oh, it's like you must be miserable. Like, yeah, maybe I'm miserable for that 15 minutes, but I'm sure that I'm proud of it at the end of the day because I got up so early that when I come home, I accomplished so many things in the morning that I could spend time with my son, my wife, without being distracted of things I have to do. So that's my thing. Is like every day you wake up, just search for what else you could do. When it comes to financially wise, I want to be obviously making, I said, first my first million through online coaching, then my first million through just in-person gym training. Yeah, that's my next couple goals when it comes to financially wise. Get a couple more supercars. All right. I want to get Aston Martin next. That's another car I want to get. Just because like that's one car that I'm probably not gonna touch. Just keep it as is. That's what I say now. But it's one of those cars you can't touch because it's like a James Bond car. It's a gentleman's car. You don't touch it. You don't try to make it faster. You don't try to put a loud exhaust in it. Keep it the way it is. So that'll be probably my next car.
Sweet.
Yeah, buy my wife a car, do some stuff to the house, finish the basement, things like that. You always want to improve those kind of things. I look at your place. That's why I like going to different places because you get inspirations. Yeah. You get this inspirations from other people's success. Like I look at this, like, man, this would be real cool I could build something like this in my basement. Yeah. To record my own podcast.
Absolutely, man. I can see you doing
it. Get inspired through you, through your work.
Yeah.
When it's done so well, you get inspired for it, and that's why it's so important. I tell people, you are influencing people, if you like it or not. Now, your own choice you have is whether you're gonna be a good influence or a shit influence. That's it. But you gotta influence somebody. At the end of the day, somebody's coming to your circle is gonna get influenced by you. So when you wake up in the morning, make sure you think that in your heads, because you're gonna influence your kids, you're gonna influence your wife, your spouse, you're gonna influence your friends. What kind of influence you deciding to be, by your actions. And that's for me. When I wake up in the morning, I get up, okay, I want to be a good influence for anybody that's watching. Doesn't mean some days I'll fail and then I'll learn from it, but okay, maybe I won't do that again.
Love it, man. I can't think of a better way than to end the show on that note. Ivan, thank you so much for doing this and being here today. And I'm inspired by you. I hope to get a lift in with you soon. Where can people connect with you? Plug everything you want to plug in terms of your gym, your online business, your supplements, like anything you want to plug right now.
Yeah. So when it comes to contacting me, you guys could just DM me on Instagram at IvansFitness. I'm very, very responsive to people. That page I run by myself. It's on my private page. So any response you'll get, it'll be from me. IvansFitness Training. I can't be everywhere, so I can't respond to that all the time. But I'll have somebody that will respond to you. And if it's something like, hey, listen, I know Ivan or I heard Ivan through this podcast, I'll know because she will, the person that managing, she'll let me know. Cool. So you can contact her there. The One Nutrition, you could get supplements there. We have the best pre-workout, the best. Because when I create the supplement line, I create it for me. I create it for me, genuinely what I would want. Yeah. And then it's like, hey, listen, if somebody else want these ingredients or want these benefits or take these supplements, great. If not, I'm gonna use the product. Ever since, when it comes to like pre-workout, intra, creatine, fat burner, when I'm trying to lose extra fat, I only use my product because that's the ingredients I want.
Yeah.
So the One Nutrition, when it comes to online coaching, again, contact me through Instagram and get ball going.
Awesome.
You can always visit the Culture. Also, the Culture, which is on University Avenue, right next to the Verizon Wireless over there.
Sweet.
Come up there, check out the gym, get a walkthrough, see what it's all about.
Beautiful. All right, guys. Well, go check out Ivan, everything he's doing. Go follow him on Instagram. He's a beast of an entrepreneur. He's a beast of a man, and I'm just grateful to have him here in the studio today. If you enjoy the show, please share it, give it a like, give it a follow, a review. Anything helps to spread the show. If you know a fellow entrepreneur, aspiring entrepreneur. Other than that, Ivan, thank you again for being here.
Oh, my pleasure. It was great.
We will catch you in the next episode, guys.
Thank you.
Take it easy. Peace.